On the African savannah, life always hangs between heat and danger. In the dry season, temperatures rise above 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Rivers dry to the bottom, exposing mud where crocodiles lie in ambush. Above, vultures circle and wait. Beneath the yellow grass, lions hide, eyes fixed on every movement. Hyenas gather and wait patiently. Troops of baboons scream loudly, constantly confronting their longtime rivals. But predators are not the only source of danger. Buffalo weighing nearly 2,000 pounds can become a deadly threat even for lions. Massive elephants migrate in search of water, shaking the dry earth as they move. Every creature, from apex predators to the smallest prey, takes part in the cycle of survival. Here, the hunter of today can become the prey of tomorrow. Lions have long held their throne through muscle and the ability to hunt in groups. They bring down large prey with powerful leaps, explosive speed, and sharp teeth. But this position weakens when prey becomes scarce or when the pride is exhausted. Baboons follow a different path. They rely on organization, vigilance, and an omnivorous diet, ranging from insects and fruits to carrion, to survive the harsh, dry season. Their only weakness is the lack of weapons to kill large predators. In the struggle for survival, every species helps shape the balance. Lions bring muscle, baboons bring strategy. And when baboons use these advantages fully, the long dominance of lions faces a true challenge for the first time. In the dry lands of Africa, where the season brings heat above 104 degrees Fahrenheit and water quickly disappears, baboons have survived for millions of years. They are not as fast as cheetahs, and they are not as strong as lions. Their real strength lies in their ability to organize and adapt. They live in large troops with strict order and hierarchy. Each individual plays a role, guarding, protecting young, or searching for food. A wide range of calls, barks, screams, and growls, keeps the troop connected, alert, and coordinated in danger. This cohesion turns the troop into a flexible unit, ready to change tactics depending on the situation. In the search for food, baboons show rare adaptability. They eat almost everything: roots, fruits, insects, birds, and even young antelope when the chance appears. This varied diet helps them survive the dry season when many animals must migrate or face starvation. When danger comes, they do not scatter in panic. The whole troop acts together. They scream, bare teeth, throw stones, then move forward or retreat in order. This tactic does not aim to kill predators, but to force them back, showing that attacking an organized troop is too costly. Their greatest weakness is the lack of a killing weapon. For this reason, defending as a troop is their only way to survive. Through cooperation and adaptability, they not only maintain stable numbers but also expand territory when conditions allow. They prove that survival on the savannah is not built on speed or muscle alone, but on organization, persistence, and the ability to use every resource available. Even with tight organization, baboons remain targets for predators such as lions, hyenas, and cheetahs. On the savannah, the balance of power never stays fixed. Each species holds an advantage, and baboons must face opponents with greater speed, strength, or tactics. One hot morning, two cheetahs blocked the path of a baboon troop. In a moment, the situation shifted. Cheetahs are famous for explosive acceleration, fast enough to catch small prey within seconds. But instead of fleeing in panic, one baboon charged forward to open space and send an alarm signal. The entire troop responded at once. Loud screams, bared teeth, and stones thrown toward the predators. The collective pressure forced the cheetahs to retreat. This moment revealed the greatest strength of baboons: unity and organization. They are not as fast as cheetahs, and they are not as strong as lions, but their cooperation creates psychological pressure and risk that predators must calculate. Yet the limits remain clear. Their teeth cannot match a lion's strike, and their advance and withdraw tactic only pushes back danger but rarely removes it completely. Predators understand this. When hunger strikes, or when they find a weak or young baboon, the troop's collective defense can collapse quickly. Unity only works when the troop is large enough, the terrain favorable, and the predator not fully committed. Once those factors change, baboons face disadvantage. Their lasting strength lies in reading situations and responding with flexibility, knowing when to defend as a troop and when to retreat to reduce losses. The confrontation with cheetahs highlights two opposing strategies for survival. Cheetahs rely on speed and surprise to kill a single target. Baboons rely on numbers, vigilance, and coordination to lower risks. One side favors sudden attack, the other favors active defense. When the cheetahs withdrew, the savannah returned to silence. But the victory was temporary. The harsh environment, shifting food supplies, and the constant presence of predators mean baboons must keep their strategy of unity if they want to endure. Lions have long held the highest position in the African food chain. Their bodies carry traits perfectly adapted for hunting. Powerful muscles, canine teeth more than 3 inches long that pierce buffalo hide, and curved claws sharp enough to tear flesh. When they hunt as a pride, they can bring down animals many times their size. Yet this strength does not always guarantee victory. Buffalo, with massive weight and durable resistance, often force lions to retreat after heavy blows from their horns. Another weakness lies in their enormous energy demands. Each failed hunt means longer travel and greater loss of strength. In the dry season, as prey grows scarce, the lion's throne becomes fragile. The threats do not only come from prey. Large troops of baboons are numerous and alert, and they can counterattack when pressed. Hyenas are persistent, often following to steal kills, waiting for lions to tire or suffer injuries. Behavioral studies show that the success rate of lion hunts is far lower than their fierce image suggests. All of this reveals a clear rule of the savannah. Power is never permanent. The roar of the lion still echoes, but it is no longer an absolute symbol. The collective cries of baboons, the relentless pursuit of hyenas, and the resistance of buffalo have created a new balance, where even the top predator must adapt to keep its place. On the African savannah, when food becomes scarce with the seasons, lionesses face harsh survival challenges. Days without a successful hunt weaken their strength, forcing them to target less typical prey. Baboons are not preferred, but when an individual strays from the troop, hunting instincts activate immediately. With explosive speed and sharp claws, a lioness can kill within seconds, proving her physical power. But this success does not mean safety. Lions live in prides, and the kill must be shared. The hunter that spends the most effort rarely receives the largest share. Each hunt consumes enormous energy, while the success rate remains low. Hunger, combined with competition within the pride, puts the so-called king of hunters under pressure equal to weaker species. For baboons, the lesson is also clear. If one individual separates from the troop, the risk of death rises instantly. This is why they keep tight formations, depending on vocal signals for coordination and vigilance. Both species, one relying on muscle, the other on cooperation, demonstrate the same law of the savannah. Every advantage is temporary, and every success carries new risks. On the savannah, buffalo represent the most dangerous challenge for lions. With heavy bodies, strong muscles, and sharp horns, they force predators to show caution. When moving in herds, they are nearly invulnerable, as a single horn strike can cause severe injury. Opportunity only comes when an old or weakened individual falls behind. In such moments, lions use their familiar strategy. Some block the path ahead, while others close in from the sides to isolate the target. But risk remains high. Buffalo under pressure strike back with force, and their horns can pierce a lion's body. When the herd turns back to defend, the balance shifts instantly. and lions are forced to retreat to save themselves. These encounters reveal a truth. Even the strongest predator can fail against prey that relies on collective defense. Lions must choose their targets more carefully. Buffalo strengthen their herd-based defense. This struggle maintains the dynamic balance of the savanna, where no species controls resources completely, and each plays a part in keeping the cycle alive. Beyond buffalo, hippos also stand among the animals that lions must respect. With immense weight, thick hides, and powerful muscles, they are among the few creatures even top predators avoid. When the dry season reduces rivers, animals gather at shrinking pools and lions lie in ambush along the banks. But the presence of hippos complicates the situation. Unlike antelope or zebra, hippos do not run away. They charge forward with surprising speed for their size, using teeth more than 12 inches long to strike intruders. For lions, this is a high-risk choice. Even if they succeed, serious injuries can leave them unable to hunt, leading to a slow death from hunger. In many cases, violent counterattacks force the pride to withdraw quickly. However, hippos are not untouchable. Young or injured individuals, when far from deep water, their safest refuge, can become targets. These rare moments display the flexibility of lions in facing massive opponents. This confrontation reflects the law of the savanna and wetlands. No species holds absolute advantage. Success always depends on timing, terrain, and tactics. This constant struggle sustains ecological balance across thousands of years of evolution. Among potential adversaries, the African elephant is nearly invulnerable. An adult can weigh several tons, with thick skin, massive muscles, and sharp tusks strong enough to kill any predator that comes too close. When lions ambush near a moving herd of elephants, they usually observe rather than attack, because a single strike from an adult elephant can destroy any threat. Even when lions hunt in groups, the risk of attacking an adult elephant far outweighs the benefit of a meal. For this reason, elephants rarely appear on the lion's prey list. Only during the harshest dry seasons, when calves or isolated individuals become targets, do opportunities emerge. Even then, the chances of success remain low, because elephant mothers respond aggressively and often return to defend their young. These confrontations reveal the strengths and weaknesses of both species. Lions rely on speed, ambush skills, and cooperative tactics. Elephants rely on size, power, and herd defense. The result is a fragile balance where adult elephants face almost no natural predators, and lions succeed only under exceptional conditions. The collective defense of elephants helps maintain ecological order. Their overwhelming strength controls access to water sources, forcing other animals, including lions, to adapt to their presence. In return, lions help regulate populations of young elephants and other herbivores, preventing overgrowth and protecting vegetation. Each confrontation, even if it does not take the life of an adult elephant, leaves a lasting effect. Lions learn to choose their targets more carefully. Elephants reinforce their instinct to defend the herd. This interaction preserves the ecological balance of the savanna, where no species holds permanent power and every advantage is temporary. In the African ecosystem, wildebeest play a central role in maintaining balance. They do not have the muscular strength of buffalo or the large size of elephants and hippos. Their main defenses are speed and the instinct to migrate in herds. Their greatest strength lies in massive numbers and continuous movement that follows seasonal rains. When grasslands dry out, hundreds of thousands leave arid areas in search of fresh pastures. This migration protects their survival and influences the entire ecosystem. Predators such as cheetahs, hyenas, crocodiles, and African wild dogs depend on these herds for food. Speed allows wildebeest to confront danger. They can reach very high running speeds, and their collective movement makes it hard for predators to isolate a single target. Their alert nature and rapid changes in direction challenge even cheetahs, the fastest hunters on land. But wildebeest also have weaknesses. They depend heavily on water and tire easily during long journeys. Each dry season, when they must cross rivers to reach new grasslands, crocodiles ambush and kill many individuals. The sight of thousands crossing, despite the danger, shows how survival sometimes demands accepting high risk to secure the herd's future. This mass migration creates opportunities for many other species. Hyenas and vultures benefit from the exhausted or dead animals left behind. This process recycles nutrients, prevents disease, and keeps the environment free of decaying remains. Segment 15. The herds also shape vegetation. Continuous grazing stimulates the growth of fresh grass while preventing shrubs from spreading too widely. As a result, other herbivores, including zebras and Thompson's gazelles, benefit from renewed grazing grounds after each migration. Wildebeest are therefore more than prey. They are ecological drivers that shape the entire savanna. They keep food chains active, sustain the balance between plants and animals, and create survival opportunities for countless species in this harsh environment. The herds also shape vegetation. Continuous grazing stimulates the growth of fresh grass while preventing shrubs from spreading too widely. As a result, other herbivores, including zebras and Thompson's gazelles, benefit from renewed grazing grounds after each migration. Wildebeest are therefore more than prey. They are ecological drivers that shape the entire savanna. They keep food chains active, sustain the balance between plants and animals, and create survival opportunities for countless species in this harsh environment. The herds also shape vegetation. Continuous grazing stimulates the growth of fresh grass while preventing shrubs from spreading too widely. As a result, other herbivores, including zebras and Thompson's gazelles, benefit from renewed grazing grounds after each migration. Wildebeest are therefore more than prey. They are ecological drivers that shape the entire savanna. They keep food chains active, sustain the balance between plants and animals, and create survival opportunities for countless species in this harsh environment. Zebras often travel alongside wildebeest during massive migrations. They move ahead, grazing on coarse grass and leaving fresh pastures for the species that follow. During migration, the presence of zebras helps distribute danger. They have strong vigilance, detect predators from a distance, and signal alarms to the herd. The black and white stripes, when combined with herd movement, create a visual pattern that makes it difficult for lions or hyenas to isolate a single target. Zebras also have clear weaknesses. They depend heavily on water. And during the dry season, when they must cross rivers, crocodiles take many lives. Foals and older individuals often fall prey to cheetahs or hyenas. When cornered, however, they are not defenseless. A powerful kick can inflict serious injury and force even lions to retreat. Through a combination of vigilance, herd coordination, and defensive instincts, zebras maintain stable numbers and reinforce the rhythm of the savanna. They are more than a pattern of black and white stripes. They serve as a critical link, clearing paths for wildebeest and acting as sentinels during great migrations. Their presence demonstrates that in the African savannah, every species shapes survival, where strength comes not only from claws and teeth, but also from vigilance and cooperation. Hippos leave a unique impact on the African savannah. Unlike wildebeest that graze on dry land, they spend most of their time in water while still influencing both land and river ecosystems. Their greatest strength lies in size and power. Their massive bodies, strong jaws capable of crushing intruders, thick skin, and aggressive behavior deter most threats. Although they feed only on grass, hippos are among the most dangerous animals in Africa because they attack fiercely when threatened. Hippos also have limitations. They depend almost entirely on water to cool their bodies and to protect their skin from intense sunlight. During the dry season, when water levels drop, living space shrinks, and violent conflicts often break out among individuals, leading to population decline. The presence of hippos has wide ecological effects. When they leave rivers to graze, they create paths through grasslands that many species, such as wildebeest and buffalo, later use. In the water, their waste provides nutrients for aquatic life, supporting entire food chains in the river. Hippos also shape relationships with other species. Crocodiles share the same rivers with hippos but usually avoid confrontation. Only young or injured hippos face attacks from crocodiles. This dual reliance on land for grazing and on water for cooling makes hippos a bridge between two environments. When water is abundant, their populations remain stable, balancing vegetation and aquatic systems. When drought persists, a decline in hippos produces cascading effects that impact rivers, grasslands, prey, and predators alike. Hippos are therefore more than giant grazers. They function as guardians of water sources. Shaping the ecological structure of the African savannah, where every species is bound in a complex network of survival. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on the African savannah. Their bodies are optimized for short bursts of speed, with light but powerful muscles, flexible spines, and large lungs for oxygen intake. This design allows cheetahs to reach extreme speeds within seconds, surpassing nearly all herbivores during short pursuits. Their hunting strategy relies on precision. They often target young or weakened individuals and use speed to complete the chase before prey escapes. This method reduces energy loss and limits injuries, which could be fatal in a harsh environment. Speed also defines their main limitation. Unlike lions, which can wrestle with prey for longer periods, cheetahs quickly exhaust themselves after short sprints. If prey avoids the first strike, the hunt usually fails. Even successful hunts do not guarantee food. Lions, hyenas, and vultures often arrive to steal the kill, forcing cheetahs to abandon their meal within minutes. For this reason, cheetahs must calculate carefully. They hunt when fewer predators are present, kill quickly, and feed rapidly before discovery. This is the only way to survive in a world where speed does not equal safety. Cheetahs also play a key ecological role. By removing young or weak animals, they keep prey herds strong and prevent overgrazing of grasslands. Cheetahs represent the peak of speed and precision, yet survival requires compromise. Their unmatched speed comes with limited stamina, and even a successful hunt rarely ensures a complete meal. In the world of predators, African wild dogs represent strategy and persistence. They do not have the muscular strength of lions or the explosive speed of cheetahs. They stand out because of their stamina and precise coordination within the pack. Each individual has a lean body, long legs, and large lungs adapted for long distance running under extreme heat. They do not rely on sudden ambushes. They pursue prey with persistence until the target collapses from exhaustion after several miles. The true strength of African wild dogs lies in teamwork. They hunt in groups of 10 to several dozen individuals. They split herds, select young or weak targets, and take turns to apply pressure. Each member has a defined role, from starting the chase to blocking the path of prey. This coordination functions with near precision, turning the pack into an efficient hunting system. Because of this, African wild dogs achieve the highest hunting success rate on the savanna, exceeding both lions and cheetahs. However, African wild dogs also face clear limitations. Their packs are usually smaller than lion prides or hyena clans, which makes them vulnerable in territorial disputes. They frequently lose kills to larger predators. A meal that has just begun can end suddenly when lions arrive. Their overall population is already small, and it declines further because of disease and habitat loss. Despite these challenges, the ecological role of African wild dogs remains crucial. By removing weak individuals, they maintain the health of wildebeest herds and other grazers. Their presence also creates competitive pressure on lions, hyenas, and cheetahs, forcing other predators to adapt their strategies. African wild dogs, therefore, are not only endurance hunters. They demonstrate a rule of the savannah. Survival depends not only on strength or speed, but also on stamina, discipline, and complete cooperation within the pack. Rhinoceroses are not predators, but their size and strength command caution from most animals. Their bodies can weigh several tons, with skin as thick as natural armor and horns that function as powerful defensive weapons. When threatened, a rhinoceros can charge at surprising speed and knock down any predator that comes too close. Because of this, adult rhinoceroses have almost no natural enemies. Lions, hyenas, and even crocodiles rarely attempt to attack a healthy adult. However, massive size also brings limits. Rhinoceroses need enormous amounts of food and water every day. During the dry season, when resources decline, they must travel long distances, which makes them vulnerable to exhaustion. Ironically, the horn that protects them also makes them prime targets for humans, which remain the greatest threat to their survival. Rhinoceroses also shape their environment in distinctive ways. They create pathways through grasslands that other animals use to reach water. Their mud baths cool the body and remove parasites, which indirectly control insect populations. More importantly, rhinoceroses help maintain vegetation structure. Every day they consume large quantities of grass and shrubs, preventing overgrowth. This keeps grasslands open and supports many grazing species. Where rhinoceroses disappear, vegetation changes dramatically, which affects the entire food chain. For this reason, Even though they are not hunters, rhinoceroses hold a vital position in the ecosystem. They represent defensive strength and ecological stability. The greatest paradox is that their survival is not threatened by nature, but by humans. The African savannah is a land where power constantly shifts. From lions to baboons, from buffalo to cheetahs, from elephants to hyenas, and including wild dogs and zebras, every species contributes to keeping the cycle of survival in motion. Here, strength, intelligence, speed, endurance, and defense all matter. But every advantage remains temporary under the strict rule of ecological balance. The journey across the savannah reveals that the greatest enemy of nature today is not lions, leopards, or hyenas. The true danger comes from humans, whose deforestation, traps, and urban growth reduce habitats every day. The savannah is not only a landscape, but a mirror of how fragile life and natural power can be. Every species, from baboons, lions, and hyenas to buffalo, holds a role in the ecological network. If one link weakens, the entire system may collapse. That balance is now more fragile than ever. Human decisions, whether to protect or to continue destroying, will shape the future of the savannah. We are not only observers, we are the determining factor in whether this cycle of survival continues.